Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. Today is a super exciting day because this has just been released and it's available today. This is the BEETRONICS BE BE DEE. This is a fully analog bucket brigade style delay where we've got three different modes. We've got classic, we've got Lowfi and pitch mode. Now this does all of your bucket brigade style delays, but it also has a couple of tricks up its sleeve with this pitch control, where you can really create some really interesting parts. Also, if we switch it over to classic mode, now this is more like your standard BEBeeDee delay. Think of like a memory man, something like that, where you get this really lush modulation effect as well. Now this is exactly how I normally use delays, because I don't really use any chorus effects normally. And I normally let the chorus or the modulation come from my delays, and you can get sort of sounds like this. Then we have a Lowfi mode. Now the Lowfi mode, it modulates the modulation and also the tone control, which I'll explain a little bit more later on. So we get really interesting sounding repeats. So let's have a look at all the controls. First of all, we've got the tone control. The tone control affects the tone of the repeat. So for instance, then we've got our delay time. And then we've got your mix control, which controls the level of the delay. Then we've got our repeats control. This will take us from one repeat. If you wind it all the way up, it will go into oscillation. So we can get all of those awesome analog delay type effects. Right, next we start to get into the stuff that makes this different to other bucket brigade style pedals. Now these two controls work differently depending on what mode we're in. So let's stick it in the classic mode. Now what this does in the classic mode is control the speed and the depth of the modulation. And if we dial it back to about there, we get this really fantastic chorus effect. Now, if I switch it over to the Lowfi mode, not only is this using the modulation section of the delay, but it's also modulating the tone control. So we get all of this variation between sort of high passing and low passing the tone control. Right, next we've got our pitch setting. What this does is to modulate the pitch. So my favorite setting here is with this control all the way back and this control here set to the octave. It sounds like this. So we're having this control set to the octave. We have some of those repeats an octave up. We can also take it down, well, various degrees of pitch. But let's try it on this fifth setting here. Not only does it do all that, but we've also got this performance toggle here. Now that is controlled by this foot switch here. Now, first of all, if we have it in the middle position, that is your tap tempo. And then we've got our doubler mode where we can half the tempo of the delays. Now this switch can either be tapped where it switches automatically between the two modes, or if we hold it down, we can also get momentary effects as well. And lastly, if we switch it over to the modulation setting, we can switch the modulation on and off. So it pretty much is the ultimate delay. Now I'll leave all the details for the BEETRONICS BE BE DEE in the notes below. If you want to go and check it out, you can do. I really hope you guys got something out of this. If you did get something out of it, don't forget to like and subscribe, click on the bell button, and you'll be notified of any future video that comes out from the Studio Rats. I'm Paul, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.